Hi, my name is Ario. Welcome to Ari-Fit Miracle Kitchen. Today I'm talking about meal preparation. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. It should not be stressful. No. The more you do it, the better you get at it. But you're going to learn some things along the way that works for you and don't work for you. First and foremost, what's the first thing you want to do in meal prep? Okay, the first thing you want to do is sit down with things you like to eat. Put the ingredients into an app, some kind of application. Some people like MyFitnessPal, whatever. Get your app, put the numbers in, make sure they work for the amount of meals you're gonna eat for the day, for the calories, for your calorie goals, your specific calorie goals. After you do that, print it out or write it down. I print mine out. So then I look at my menu for the week. I may eat what I'm gonna eat for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. You decide on how many days, right? Then make a grocery list. Meats, vegetables, etc. Okay? Go to the grocery store. And to be honest with you, I don't like to grocery shop on the day I'm actually going to cook because it just begins to be too much for my schedule. So I like to have a specific day that I cook, a specific day that I buy groceries. And then if you like me, some things you want to marinate. Now, when you sit down with your list, look at all your meats, right? Sit down and say, okay, these things I want to grill. Grilling is perfect for meal prep. You can cook multiple different meats, if you will, at the same time and be done in a short amount of time versus baking or something like that. And then also sit down and look at the things that you're going to broil, and then also look at the things that you're going to saute, right? So I might be scrambling some ground turkey or ground beef. I'm going to cook that. So I know what I'm going to do first. Whatever takes the longest, I'm going to do first, right? Marinate your meats if you're going to marinate. Bake what you're going to bake. If you got spaghetti squash, you want to bake that. This week I cheated. I put my spaghetti squash in the microwave. So those are some quick tips on meal preparation. And the nuts I'm going to eat for every meal. I weigh it. I use a scale. Vance is prep all my pecans in little plastic bags. I'll make sure I have at least 28 to 30 of these little pecan bags. And an ounce, and I do eat raw nuts, an ounce of raw pecans is approximately 202 calories. So I used to count pecans, y'all. Yes, I used to count like 1, 2, 3. No, we're not gonna do that. So one thing you must get a food scale. Yes, that's me. So I'm gonna weigh my pecans. It is relatively quick. Like I've opened all these little bags I need for the week. Put it on ounce. I can judge it. Some of you trust yourselves and after a while you get the hang of how much to eat. See, that's an ounce. I've done it so many times, right? But starting out, especially if you're coming from being obese and are overweight, you must know that maybe your judgment for portion is slightly skewed. It's not quite correct. So I always advise you to be cautious and don't underestimate or overestimate. Just weigh it, weigh your food, and you get the guesswork out of it. And you know what you're eating. Because when you think about it, when you cook, when you prepare your own foods, it's whole food. It's just pretty much whole ingredients. You know what goes in it. You're not putting anything additives or addictive things in it to make yourself overeat and to stay on that roller coaster that you can't get off of binge eating. So meal preparation is the way to go. If you ask me, that's one of the most important things to living a healthy lifestyle, meal preparation, and it decreases stress. You don't have to think about what are we gonna eat, what are we gonna eat. I mean, just even in a regular, normal eating family, it's good to know what you're gonna eat. That's something that it takes the guesswork out of those things. So one thing about meal prep, how do you start? Okay, what do you do? What's a good place to start for meal preparation? The first thing you did was tune in to me today, so that's a good thing. After that, for the most part, I recommend that you sit down with an app or website that can divide your macros and just divide up your nutritional aspects in terms of, like, personally, I'm doing keto. And so I know I need a certain fat ratio. So what I do, I sit down with the website or the app that divides the fat percentages from the protein percentages and the carbohydrate percentages. And what I do is put all of what I think I want to eat in those different meals and different plans and see what it says, and I come up with a nice printout of my menu for the week. Now, personally, I don't need variety every day. Some people can't eat the same thing for 5 or 7 days straight. I can, but even if you can't, maybe come up with alternate meals. Another thing you must do is to decide how many days do I want to meal prep for. Personally, I can eat the same thing for 7 days, but I don't necessarily want that food in the fridge for 7 days. So I fix things that can be frozen, but I like for it to be packaged as much as possible. Well, that's all I have today, guys. Meal prep can be made easy. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Your routine, your winning is in your routine. What you routinely do is going to cause you to win. So I advise you to meal prep and Enjoy the peace of knowing what you're going to eat. Take care. Keep well.